Welcome. Welcome to week 6, day 2 in Unified English Workshop. And we are practicing teachings by Babaji for forgiving with truth. What a beautiful lesson we learned yesterday. And in detail, we understood how we, as a creator, creating everything in our life, and we are missing to see that. And now, deeply, we are going to get into a new exercise every day at bedtime, that the flow of love in our heart is not blocked due to any reason, any person, any event in our life. Nothing can stop us being love because we have been created as love. We may not be able to see it, perceive it, but that doesn't change the reality. And we are going to experience it in this week practice. So let us continue our practice today, and I will invite Nehaji to take over the session. Welcome, Nehaji.
Thank you, Preeti. Thanks again. I'm thankful for this opportunity once again to be with all of you, Masters, and I welcome you again. That you've been working diligently and been with us for all these 6 weeks. So now we are going to explore the side of us which we probably are not even aware of. So I would like to just take your focus on the chapter that we have been given, forgiving with truth. So the first line of this chapter says, life is for receiving love, and everything in creation is made of love. So this chapter discusses the concept of love as the fundamental essence of life and the fundamental essence of creation. It explains that everything in the existence is made of love, which we now know is also called as the unified field by Einstein. So everything is brewed with this sweet syrup. Now, how do we taste the sweet syrup of this creation, this entire creation? This is not about tasting the sweet syrup which we only get from the people related to us. It is about tasting the entire sweet syrup of this creation. So Babaji is actually talking from the entire creation perspective here. So he's trying to put our focus on the larger aspect of love, the taste of love that we experience in relationships is a very limited experience of love. He wants us to, experience love in its full form, in its full glory. So how do we experience this entire creation? And what stops us from experiencing this love? Because, as it says in the book also, that our life is for receiving creation's love. So it's not just from people we know, but from everyone and everything. Like today, for example, I was having some fruits on my plate, and I was thinking that this particular fruit, despite of the taste, despite of the color, despite whatever it is giving me, it is somehow giving me some kind of comfort, some kind of joy. So that element of love is there. That is why I'm feeling satiated by it. Not only it satiates my hunger, my cravings, but it is also satiating something else. What is that? That is love, which is in everything around us. So when we keep our focus on these little things, then we start experiencing the love of the creation. So this chapter also emphasizes, it also tells that everybody is made of love. All individuals are made of love. And not only we are love, but we have a dual role to play here. We are both recipients of love, as well as we have to give this love of creation, the universal love. It's not my love or your love. It's the love of the creation that we feel. So what giving love means, that we are actively expressing and sharing the love within us around our environment. It also tells that when we receive love from the world around us, if we can receive that, then we also have the capacity to offer that love in the form of kindness, in the form of compassion, in the form of just warmth. Because unknowingly we have been getting the same form of kindness, warmth. Sometimes we just get some gestures from strangers and we are surprised. I mean, how did this person do that? This little acts of kindness, just holding the door when you come in, those kind of things, it's an opportunity to give love to somebody. And we have been at the receiving end many times. Now that we have so much love within us, how do we make sure that the channel is clear and the love can flow? So in that sense, if we see life, then life is for giving love. That is what Babaji is trying to put our focus at. That's the primary focus here, that life is for giving love. The love that I receive from all around me in different forms, the kindness that I receive unexpectedly, the warmth, the comfort that I receive sometimes from strangers, from a little book, from a little lamp. It is just little things, that those little feelings that give me love. So experiencing that, the joy, the food on the table, the roof on my head. So there are a million things around me to feel this love. So I have been on the receiving end all the time. And now from the creation perspective, what I need to do is to keep this channel clear. So let this love happen more smoothly. So I need to keep giving it to all the forms that I have received. So he takes our attention that when we start giving, what holds us back are these little grudges, as in the little judgments we make, the dislikeness or the resentment or the bitterness that we have for little things, an opinion about somebody that just comes out of no reasoning. So that small things restricts the flow of love. Like, that's why there is a line also that once we know about these grudges, that the grudges are there, it is easy to realize what a silly illusion it was. So we just form an opinion about anything, anyone, or a place without even knowing much about it. So then we realize that why was I even holding that opinion? Because I was influenced by some kind of belief system. So that kind of, that illusion drops slowly when we start doing this process. Like, also sometimes when we see a person, we just form an opinion. We don't talk to that person, or we start avoiding that person, or we may know this person. But since the person is somehow not behaving the way I want, so he's out of my list of love. So that we have to now get hold of, those little things that happen every day and probably every minute of our life. We are in some kind of judgment probably, or resentment, some kind of dislikeness. So these false beliefs and illusions we can't see, we are not aware. So now that we are expanding, we are learning through this course how to give love, our vision is expanding. Earlier our vision was very restricted, so that came in as a barrier of channeling love. So now there's another aspect in this chapter, that from the creation and creator point of view, that the creator has created us, God has made us in his image. We have been saying that, and we have been experiencing it also. And this creation began with God's thought of love. And we have been given this gift of free will to create experiences of love. So we have also been given the free will to create experiences of pain. We have also been given the free will to create an experience of guilt or shame. But from creator's point of view, all the creation wants to experience is love. Creation only wants to experience love, but will not force it on you. It has given you a choice. So certainly, whatever love we are feeling, we are definitely pulling it from some kind of universal bank of love. And this love that we give also goes there. So, but when it comes to our personal experience, we feel what is love? The world is full of mean people. Good people always get hurt. There is no love in this world. All these thoughts based on our personal experience, we kind of don't seem to go beyond it. We don't see the love. We see the injustice. We see hurts, pains. We choose to make it our reality because of the limited perspective that we have had. So here, there is no denial that things are there. There are things which happen, painful things, hurtful things. But now, through this chapter, we have been told to take responsibility. We have been blaming everything. So now there is this line also in the book that when we recognize that those people who we have grudges on in our own creation, they are easy to forgive. So he's not like in the book, it is not asked to forgive the big hurts and big pains right now. It is asking you to, let it come. Where do we restrict where do we restrict love? He's not asking you to forgive now or justify somebody's actions or your actions. It is saying when we recognize, then we realize. So it is going to happen as a process. So at the moment, whatever it is, even if they are big hurts, pains, park them, put them aside. See these little things in your day where you have had some kind of preference, some kind of bias towards something. So that's why we will be just doing the exercise related to this chapter, which says simply that we ask our higher self for the names for the situations. If we bring in our own reasons, then we are just bringing the same things that we have been carrying all this while. So we have to be very, very open-minded here and not let our mind come in between. Just let higher self tell you. So we have to remember that this process also is from heart and also only to experience love. So let the higher self do the work, trust it, and let everything, whatever comes, let it surface up. No need to do anything, no need to forgive. You don't have to be the doer here. First, you have to be love or be forgiveness, and that automatically happens through you. So have this perspective towards this chapter. And the focus is, again, just for giving love. This chapter is only for that, only the expansion of love. So, so when we start doing this process, then we see that, little things that all these grudges have been our masters and how we were trapped in some kind of illusion. Then you start setting yourself free. Then you start bringing the big things. So this is a chapter. It's setting the base to purify your heart, to open your heart, to let go of those big things. It will happen. So, and we will know that how I have invited those situations in my life and how I picked the characters. And eventually you realize that I wanted this experience. And this person has done justice to his role and also played like been in that act to give me an experience. So as of now, we will just be letting everything come up. Like today, I saw a rainbow, and my son just asked that, Mama, which is your favorite color? And I really couldn't say that any one is my favorite color, because that, somehow that preference, it would be based on whatever I have learned, whatever I have seen. I mean, I couldn't make a difference. All colors are colors of creation. And if one is missing, then the creation in itself is incomplete. So that kind of just hit me, that I have to give love to all the biases, all the judgments that is in my mind for so long. So this will be a very cleansing process. In the book also it states that it is a cleansing process. When my heart is purified, when my heart is open, then I'll be able to forgive the bigger things. So this is only what is required in this chapter. So with that, I'll just end my summary. If anyone has to ask something or add something, Shailesh ji, Preeti ji, please feel free to add if I missed something.
No. You did a beautiful summary, and the most important things you have already highlighted. So wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. So we'll move into meditation, masters, and then just keep your questions with yourself, and we will be back to it after the meditation. Most of it, 100% of it, will be answered during the meditation by your higher self only. So let's get ready. Let's just sit comfortably as we can. Just darken your room. Make sure you are not disturbed between this process. Silent your phones. Just relax and breathe. Close your eyes softly. Taking few deep breaths through your nose and exhaling softly. Just relax. Take a minute to just imbibe all this information. Just take a minute to feel this love. Around you, you will feel so many things are there. I constantly radiating love to you. Let's go to this inner space. Breathing with love, in love, and for love. See how your body is relaxed when you are with this feeling, this beautiful feeling of this love, this creation's love. Our breath connects us to this entire experience of love. Our mind is too small, too limited to contain this experience of love. But our hearts can. So first and foremost, just set an intention to receive in your heart. Welcome yourself. Greet yourself in this space of love. Just relax. There's nothing to prove here. No judgments. No grudges. No conditions. You are just yourself. So drop all the resistance. You don't even have to carry the weight of your name, your identity, your roles. Set the past, future, everything aside. Your failures and achievements. You don't need them now. Settle down as comfortably, as free, as simple as you can. Experience how it feels when we are nothing. Nobody. Just feel yourself. When you are nobody, you are that love. The one who is made to feel this entire creation. You are made in the image of God. I am made to receive this love, to give this love. No holding back here. No resistance. Pure acceptance. God is perfect. God is whole. God is complete. I am perfect. I am whole. I am complete. I am love. The sweet syrup of this entire creation. Enjoy this feeling by feeling, by saying, God is love. So I am love. Hold this feeling very close. The more close we are to this feeling, we are more available to this feeling. There is only light here. I am this eternal light which lights up everything around me. Just let yourself completely merge in this feeling. Feel this love pulsating. Filling up your entire being. Love is expanding, filling up your room, all the rooms in the house. Going beyond your house into the neighborhood. Filling up your city, your town. Melting all borders. Melting all boundaries. Melting all perceptions. Feel this spaciousness as if we are expanding to contain this love. We have received love from everywhere, that our vessel is overflowing. Set love to all of the creation, everything in this creation. Feel the beauty of the heart. Acknowledge the presence of your higher self. How wonderfully it is letting you experience all of this love. You can ask for a physical signal if you feel the need to, or just rest in this feeling of boundless love, infinite energy, all around us, within us. You can ask, my higher self, can you please give me my signal? Keep your attention on the love, how your higher self is making you feel that in your body through some sensations. Remembering, I am love, and I have a dual role to play, to give and receive love. Give love to your higher self first. Feel the joy of sharing this love. Immerse yourself completely in the wisdom of your heart. Your heart knows everything. And everything is love. And heart knows only to love. Holding on to anything is part of our mind. So listen, just listen to your heart. It will never stop you from giving love. You are in the unified field. And ready to receive today's message. ready to receive the names of the people that we need to give love to forgive. Keeping a pen and paper ready by your side always helps. Just prepare yourself to ask your higher self. By saying, "My dear higher self," the name of your higher self. Give me the names of those people that I need to forgive. My dear higher self, give me the names of those people that I need to forgive. See where your heart takes you. See where your higher self guides you. It could be anything during the day or in the past. It could be a vision of an unknown person. Let it all surface, let it all come up. Could be anyone from your family, from your friends, or a complete stranger. Or someone you thought is not even worthy of getting love. Just bring the names. Don't attach stories to it. Empty your container, which is full of these illusions. Because you're made to contain love. Let's bring that person, that situation, anything, without any bias, without any stories. Let's bring them in front of us and say, you can repeat the words after me. I made a mistake in my thinking that allowed you to hurt me. I recognize that you are only doing what I invited. And in reality, neither you nor anyone else can hurt me. I am perfect now, have always been perfect, and will always be perfect. Say that with love. You or any situation cannot change that. I now recognize that life is for giving love to you. I send you love from my heart. You can put in the name and say again, I send you love from my heart. And I forgive you, knowing it is impossible for you to infringe on my perfection. Send lots of love. Whatever comes up, just send love. Your higher self is guiding you. Follow that guidance, follow your heart. It'll take you where you need to be. Feeling gratitude for higher self, say thanks. Send love to your higher self for helping you all this while. Send love to anybody you want to, anything you want to, in your room, in your family, in the entire creation. It'll all come back. It's all giving anyway. In this feeling of love, I close my aura to all except my higher self, and I'm ready to receive its guidance. To let go of any illusions, to let myself free and feel the love of the creation. The love is coming back to you already. Appreciate yourself. That you took time to return to your true self. This is the love of the creation, how creation forgave us. uniting all of us together. Making us experience its love in various forms, various ways. Making us see this world from Babaji's perspective. From perspective of masters, from the perspective of our higher self. Send love to Babaji. Feel this beautiful heart. Who says that life is for receiving love. And everything is in creation for love, for giving love. How beautiful is that thought? How beautiful is the experience? Let this gratitude take over you. Feeling grateful for Mother Earth, for everything. For our family, for the relationships we have made. Everything and everyone has a role to play in our own script. Let us thank them. Now it's time to play our part. When we know ourselves, take responsibility, take charge, create a world of love. Then it's true forgiveness. Let's come back in this state of love, ready to give love to every single little thing, every single little thought, which is not love. Slowly come back. Come back to your body. Come back to the awareness of the room. Taking your time. It's deep healing and cleansing. Take your time to come back. You can keep your palms on top of your eyes. and slowly open your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Feel grateful for this body. Feel grateful for this time. Slowly coming back. Thank you, Masters. Thank you. Thank you so much. Take your time, drink some water.
Thank you so much, Neha ji. Thank you
Thank you.
for making a wonderful meditation experience.
Thank you.
Anyone would like to ask a question or want to share experience or something?
Thank you, Nehaji. So everybody is trying to come back. The meditation was so deep. How much ever we try to remind ourselves these small little concepts that we are still learning, and we have to make our own experience. It is very important to see love in everything and every body in day-to-day life. Just a few sharing from Nehaji is a little example that, that fruit we are eating, because everything is made out of love. So everything is love. And we start seeing in that way, we develop those eyes to appreciate everything. And then instead of pointing to the mistakes or to something that is not so good, we always look the brighter side. And that is only for us. It changes us totally from inside out. So just before going into meditation, I moved a notebook and pen beside me. It was there and I just moved it around. And then I felt I just moved it. I didn't touch it with love. So that kind of, that thing, that word came to my mind the moment I moved it. That pen immediately, instantly conveyed that message to me. So then I felt love, okay, don't miss it. This morning I was listening to one of the video of mine, only I recorded it. But it was a very deep prayer of love. And then it says that from heart, you send the love to each and every cell in the body. And then you send it all around you. And then you receive the love back. So the cell in your body loves you back and you feel it. And that's how your love grows. So it starts not from outside, from inside only, from this little body only, from ourselves only. And the more we start seeing that, the more we start feeling that. The touch of the dough that we are kneading, it touches us back. And I had that experience for the very first time when it happened. It was like a miracle. Yesterday, somebody saying how the non living things can love us. They are all our own reflection. So the moment I was kneading the dough and the kneading was done, I was just patting it and keeping it to rest. So that pat that I put the hand on my hand on the dough, I felt that the dough touched me back. I felt some kind of sensation, that loving sensation back in my hands, in my palms. So these are the beautiful little sharing we will keep experiencing every day. The moment we start living in love and we start seeing with these eyes of Babaji, of God, of Creator, of love. Yeah, I took some time to, everybody come out of the meditation and I did little sharing. And it was in
And
continuation to Nehaji's sharing. What she said initially was wonderful. And also about the
and is
rainbow color.
yes, yes, yes. That was a beautiful thing about the rainbow. I enjoyed that thing. Yeah. Rainbow is incomplete without any one of those colors. It is a rainbow because of all the colors in it, right? Wow.
I've always
Beautiful
had
visualization.
difficulty in telling that what is my favorite color because every day it changes and there's no favorite color as such.
Yes.
Now, when you were just talking about uh, finding love in anything and everything, you touch the dough and you feel that the dough is touching you. That sort of a awareness, that state in which you are, do you know what is actually happening at the time? Just because you are feeling the love from a non-living thing or a living thing, it doesn't matter. But when you are in that mode, the beautiful thing that is happening is you are always in the present. At that moment, you will always be in the present. You will not be in the past or future. That is the most, and that is actually meditation. That is true meditation, to be in the present, in the moment where you are, right? That's how beautiful this whole thing is. So just that one little thing that we are doing now, sending love, and then now becoming aware of receiving love, making slight change in our thinking, just a little change in the thinking, and the experience is so phenomenal. That thing, people keep on struggling all their life. How can I be in the present moment? How can I be, like all the masters keep saying, oh, you should always be in the present moment. Don't be in the past or future. But how can I do it? How can I do it? See, this is such a beautiful, easy thing to do, right? You can always remain in the present. When you start
Anyhow, we
feeling,
cannot, yeah.
yeah,
Well, anyhow, we cannot do other things in our mind, right? I didn't realize what happened in that moment because it was very initial days of my meditation experiences. And I was just wholeheartedly kneading the dough and, that keeping it aside. So I just pat it on and then I felt it touched me. Something touched me. Like I was touching it continuously, but something gave me vibration of that love. And it was wonderful.
and
Similar thing like
the
happened with the fruit today. Yeah.
yeah, and in the chat also, Bijay ji has also mentioned about, like, we never thought like this before, right? So this is a small shift in our thinking that makes so much difference. Imagine how much difference will it make if we keep questioning all that we have been doing so far, and then bringing our awareness to, well, what should it be, right? That's such a phenomenal thing. It keeps changing everything in the life for us.
I will read
That's
that
what brings you here.
I'll read Vijayji's chat for everybody on YouTube also. Really surprised to know that the taste of the food was love, the flower, the cloth, mobile, pen, etc. Everything. Never ever thought like this before. Wow, what a feeling. So, the moment he wrote this, and I realized that if Vijay is going to ask for something to his wife or somebody, he's going to say that, okay, bring me a pen. And instead of pen, he's saying, bring me some love, right? Saying, bring that pen and feeling that bring that love, that, it's so beautiful, little thing that will totally shift our existence. And then the love keeps flowing in. We
Yeah.
are making fun of Shailesh because in Hindi group the day before yesterday, somebody like everybody's trying to understand this love, and Nehaji shared our one of the old video talk on self love, and it was done recorded on 27th of December, which is his birthday. Nobody noticed what it is when it is. Everybody started like by listening the conversation in the recording. Everybody started putting the message that, okay, happy birthday, happy birthday. So he's receiving all love from so many masters. Many times we responded that, okay, it's not his birthday today, but everybody is saying happy birthday, sir, happy birthday, sir. So he's receiving love from everybody.
Isn't it such a beautiful feeling that even a mistake or even a misunderstanding can generate love, right? People can, I mean, just imagine how things can be interpreted, just a change in the mind, right? um, we uh, we could look at the same thing. Well, oh, why can't these people even know? Why can't they read the chat? Why can't they do this and that? That sort of a thinking I used to have in the past, but today I was just so amazed, and I was just enjoying. Wow, wow! I'm receiving love. I'm receiving love. I'm receiving love. The whole day I was just enjoying that feeling that I was able to generate love in someone's heart. It's not just I'm receiving, somebody is sending also, right? And somebody, when they are sending, they are in a state of love. That is the beautiful part, right? It's not just one way. I was so happy that, wow, I was able to make the feeling of love in so many people's heart today, right?
And when
That's how it is.
when we said in the group that, okay, it's not his birthday today, keep your wishes, then people are saying that, okay, we will keep wishing you every day. We enjoy, we celebrate birthday every day. It was so much loving, like we can't say
Yeah,
anything to it.
true. Anyway, Shailesh, for you, I think the whole group is very grateful for your love to us. So I
And it was
think,
completion of all
yeah,
40 days of, unified, which is nothing
yeah.
but love. So
So,
Yeah.
so
it was
everything
wonderful
happened for
experience.
this wonderful reason, just to be in that state of love and receive love. So thank you, Shailesh, again, and happy birthday to you.
Now everybody will start. And then I was thinking, this is how, the chain of anything starts. Like nobody
Yes.
knows what's the truth behind it. Somebody heard something, somebody wrote, okay, happy birthday, and then everybody is following.
Yeah. And
Yes,
that's
People,
how
that's
uh,
exactly.
and that's how illusions also start, right? Somebody believes it to
Ah,
be true, and then we believe that to be true for us. So that's how it starts. We don't check
yeah,
the authenticity of it. Yeah.
this is exactly the story of our illusions, right? Our belief systems that we are carrying, for example, today, any belief, just think about any of your beliefs and then think about it. Well, okay, how could this have started? Why would somebody have thought of this particular thing that we have been believing generation after generation? Without even checking, without even questioning. My father told me, I am following it, right? His father told him, like that from generations, the same thing is being followed without questioning, right? That's how things are. And this today, I was seeing that only, right? Everybody is just wishing without reading things there, simply wishing and wishing and wishing. And I'm just thinking, wow, that's how belief systems pass on from generation to generation, right? And we never question them. We never, why am I doing it? No, no, no problem. I'm just doing it. And then when somebody, this was a question from Geeta Sheravatji, that why would somebody ask for a difficult experience in life? When we said we create our own experience, and then somebody is going through a very challenging period in life, why would they generate that experience in life? Think about it. They have generated that just because they are following somebody else's belief. And they never questioned it. They never even thought whether what will be the repercussion of me doing such and such. And they're simply doing it, right? And what is happening? They are generating suffering for themselves. And through that, and then they are saying, well, I never asked for pain. I never asked for suffering. No, you did. Unknowingly, you did it, right? That's how things happen. Our belief systems are meant to create challenges in life. That is the purpose of the belief system, to create a challenging life. When challenges come, we learn and we grow, right? So, belief system to me is a checklist of tasks to be performed during the lifetime, things to be resolved during the lifetime. That's what we put in our belief system. And then we use that in terms of our behavior, because beliefs will become our behavior, and through the behavior we will generate the experiences, right? That's, and then the consequence of our behavior will become the experience. and, and most of the times it is suffering. That's the beautiful thing, right? So yeah, belief systems are generated like that only. We just keep following. Somebody said, okay, let me do it. Okay, 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 okay. Yeah. And then when there is something like wishing birthday to somebody, you feel happy too, simultaneously, right? You are wishing and you are feeling happy. Both good things are happening, win-win.
So
So
good
yeah,
belief
that was,
systems are always welcome, and they help us to come out of from the old. And then one day, in the state of being, that's high, the state of higher self, when you don't have to get the signal also, but you are doing what you need to be doing in that trust, and you're not taking that ownership of doing in that being state of love without any effort. Things happen in the most beautiful way. That is, then you realize what people masters have been telling. Okay, that don't be in that doing state. Karta bhav mat rakho. Then it just automatically happens that you leave that I did it part.
yeah, yeah, these are slightly, now we can go deeper in that, but the important thing here to understand, and this is my learning through this unified course only, I am learning this, that we should not um, generalize our opinions on anything, right? Generalizing opinion means like, oh, belief systems are not good for us. It's not like that, right? Or the mind is not good. We have to, mind keeps on pushing us into difficulties or whatever. We should never generalize things like that as well, right? We should give it a fair thinking, think about it, and then say, well, okay, what does this do to me, or what does this do to the universe? What will be the consequence of me doing such and such, right? Give it a thought. And when you give a thought, you may have, then your real wisdom will help you. It will guide you in, okay, well, it doesn't make sense. Why should I be doing this, right? Like many people, I who are non-vegetarians, on some of the days of the week they don't eat meat. And why? You ask them why. Oh, this is in our family, this is how we follow. This is a tradition in my family. Okay. Have you ever questioned it? Why on that specific day you should not eat meat, right? Those are the kind of things I am talking about. We should always question. Somebody has put the thing here, comment on superstitions. Gita ji is saying superstition versus belief. Superstitions are also beliefs, right? They we 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 imagine things. Superstition is basically somebody gave you an imagination of whatever that is, right? And that you started believing in it. So superstition is a practice followed by your predecessors or your society, the social environment where you are, and you adapt it or you adopt it into you through your belief system. Then it becomes your belief, and then you pass it on to your next generation.
The
That's
example is like the cat cutting over your way, right? That the
yeah,
milk
yeah,
boiling or cuddling, and these things are like in some
those,
places these are said good, and in some places these are said bad. Even like
yeah.
some people we relate to some person that when you see his face in the morning, your day will be like this. So such a bad thing, like it just propagates like
Mm,
fire in the society, and will start
yeah,
believing that. So with example, things become very easy, like,
yeah. Understanding these things, right? In the right perspective. We should not have a bias against something to begin with. Otherwise, we can't really think in a balanced way. Right? To think about something in a balanced way, first drop the bias, give a fair chance to both sides of the thing, and then you can come up with your own conclusions to it, right? So,
Shilamji, would you
and
like to share the story you wrote in the chat?
yeah, yes, yeah,
Because
I
I
would
am
like to.
remembering a similar story today, and it was taught in our one of the classes. So it's like a similar story. Please share.
No, when you said that everybody started wishing without even trying to realize it is not his birthday when you're mentioning. So it remembered me the cap owner's story. He was so tired and he was sleeping with his basket of caps under a tree. And he woke up, he saw all the caps have disappeared to find all the monkeys have taken away the cap. Now we didn't know how to get it back from them. So he realized that usually they copy what the others do. So with anger, he threw down the cap. So immediately all the monkeys threw down the caps down. You know, he collected and sort of went away. So this is why I was
Correct.
thinking when somebody is doing something and they may be getting a joy out of it, we think, oh,
Mhm.
we should do the same without knowing whether it applies to us or not. And when it doesn't work for us, we are very
Mhm.
upset and we say, we blame our fate and we say, why are we suffering? It is we who try to copy somebody thinking that they are enjoying and we should enjoy without realizing it is not, you know, suitable for us at that moment. So that just came into my mind. So
Correct.
Thank you for
Yes.
sharing.
and like you said, the black cat crosses the road. They always feel he'll meet an accident. So they
Mm.
change the route and go. They'll reverse back, take another road and go. So,
But in these terms, this generation, this latest generation, like even our generation was like that, very rebellious to those things. But the newer generation, the thing that Sally, she said that, did you ask the question, why are you doing it? Now, these new kids, they will ask every little thing, why are you doing it? Why are you making me do it?
Yes,
And that's the
absolutely
most
agree on
beautiful.
that. They question everything and they're so free in their thought process. It is amazing to see that. And also it depends. I mean, again, we are also not enforcing that kind of belief system on them. So probably that's why they think there are kids who also think like that. So
No, but
they'll
still, like even
always
putting
be,
the
yeah.
tika, right? Even that thread
Mm,
that you put. Now you cannot do
yeah.
it. That is, my son will never accept it. He will make a lot of fuss.
Mm,
So I don't force because I know what needs to be done here. Let him be what he wants
yeah.
to be. Because even I was in that state for a long time.
Mm, yeah.
There is one
but
more thing here in the chat thing. Isn't so we were talking about challenges. Why would somebody bring challenges in their life? So Shalini ji is writing, isn't that challenge or tough experience part of their soul plan. Yes, we do have um, big challenges of life are part of the soul plan, but then to be able to achieve that big challenge, or to be able to successfully go through a big challenge, we do small challenges as prep to the big challenge, right? So it's like a not just like have a big challenge and then nothing for some time and then a big challenge like that. It's big challenge, you come out of it, have a rest period, and then you start with smaller challenges again in a different direction, where you are now going to be prepared for another big challenge of a different type. That's how soul plan is, right? So in the soul plan, you don't define every little detail, but you define the big aspects of it and the purpose for it, right? What are we trying to learn there? And
So with
then,
this question, I remember, yes,
yes,
Shailashi.
then through free will, we keep on finding our path through the maze towards that big challenge goal. And that is flexible. That's because of free will. That's flexible for us. We can take whichever direction, but ultimately go through the challenge. That big challenge is not a choice. It's not avoidable. You have to go through it because that's part of
Living,
a
yeah,
bigger,
live with
it's
it.
part of a bigger plan. Yeah.
Because when we realize what the purpose of those challenges, because I was asked a straightforward question by a friend who is not a meditator, not on this path of understanding soul plan. And then when I said that we create our own reality and everything, every little details, and then a couple of years ago she lost her child, and then she asked me like, how can I design, how can I choose to lose my child at very young age? How can I choose such life? How can I make this happen? Then everything shifts. If you see from a body perspective, from a mother relationship, that mother is wanting her child to die. So the way she put the question was very, very tough on heart. But then a few things that we plan, it is for our own lesson, what we have to learn from it.
And also, there is another soul involved here. That soul has taken a much bigger challenge than the mother. That little child who comes into a body, goes through that experience of coming into the body. It's a torture. That is the biggest torture anyone can have, is to enter a body and then leave the body very quickly, very soon in life, right? Going through another traumatic experience of some kind of disease, right? So think about that soul. That soul has done a much bigger challenge than the mother has. Of course, mother will live through this challenge for a long part of the life, right? That's there. So these are two different experiences from the same event. And we all of us, we do plan those things also.
So Pinderji has written this comment, and my friend, she had struggled a lot when she had this experience, and by all the in-laws, all the friends, everybody, they are saying the same thing. And instead of bringing her close to spiritual path or to realize the soul and soul plan, she was running away from it because she can't take it. So when we start putting that it's the karma, it is like a big slang in that moment when we are not prepared to understand what it is. Well, when we understand that, okay, there is a soul plan and there is a free will, and then there's a choice, and the lesson has to be learned is to drop the attachment and identity also. The ego hurts. How can I be such a mother that I couldn't take care of my child? It's a lot of things come when we go through such experiences, which is very difficult to go through, but then it leaves you in a space where we are not just limited as a mother of one child. It has a very deep impression in our heart. So when we take such examples and we understand it, then that generalized thing that Shailesh just mentioned, it doesn't come. The beauty comes to us.
And
Yeah.
also about the karma side of things, when since we are talking of karma, I just want to give one more perspective to karma. Um, our normal understanding of karma is that you do bad and you will be punished with a bad experience, right? In return, right? Do something bad to this person, and this person in your next life will do something bad to you, and that's not how karma works. Actually, karma, there is an, because we create our soul plan, we create every big event of our life, we design the experiences beforehand, right? Now, when I, as a soul, when in my soul form, I want to have the experience, let's say experience of a murder, how will I get that total experience of a murder? That experience is incomplete if I have done only one side of it. There are two aspects to a murder, right? One, somebody who kills, and another is somebody who gets killed. These are the two main participants to that event, right? And these are two separate experiences of one event. If I want to have total experience of a murder, in one lifetime I have to get killed, and in another lifetime I have to kill. Okay, but it doesn't have to be with the same soul. In one lifetime I got killed, somebody killed me, another soul killed me. In the next lifetime, if I have to kill, it could be any other soul. It doesn't have to be the same, right? The purpose is completing an experience, right? And they, because now I am designing it, I am designing in one lifetime, I am designing that I want to be killed. That's my design. Another lifetime I am designing, I am going to kill. So both these are my decisions, my choices. God is not interfering. Nobody is punishing me. It is not a punishment or any of that stuff. This is giving me a complete experience of one thing. Okay, that's how this karma thing is about. So from karmic point of view, if we are looking at things, we have to remember karma is not about punishment. Karma is about experiencing completeness, totality of experience. That's what karma is. Okay? We have had wrong opinions from people who have not understood it properly. That's why we carry that opinion in our head that, oh, karma, oh, okay, I should be afraid of doing something bad. It's nothing like that. These, these days, people are automatically not killing anybody anyway because they have evolved into a being after experiencing all that killing in their past lifetimes. They have done enough. They have understood that experience in totality. So now they are not interested in it anymore. There's no interest, right? That's why today the the experiences of people are different from those that people had in the uh, past uh,
50
decades
years ago.
or past centuries, right? Yeah. So that's our this is our evolution. We are evolving. We are growing, right? And each all that experience is adding to our own being. We are becoming more experienced. We our consciousness is growing, right? That's how, that's the meaning of evolution in our life, or spiritual evolution. Yeah.
And Babaji also
In,
saying here, right, that when you send love, don't be surprised or amazed that when you receive from whom you receive and how much you are going to receive. It's the same way. We think love is good and that's why we choose and we feel happy about it. But it's the same way any other experience of life, any, that tough or so hard to go through experience also. It is not person to person. It is just reflection, or in return, what we gave comes back to us. It's not attached to a person. It's about the experience. And because we
yes.
want to complete that lesson, we want to understand what it is.
So Jyoti ji is saying that, but we, as we don't remember our one side of that experience we have done in the past. Such gruesome challenges can pull us down from our progress instead of advancing. Then the very purpose is defeated. No, that experience itself of being pulled down is the experience. And how do you come out of it? How do you live with it? What is actual experience? What is the feeling from that experience? That is what we do it for. And
It's the
in
same.
in 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 our mind right now, the way we are, in our mind, oh, that's a gruesome experience. But but at the soul level, it's not different from any other experience. It's just one experience. We humanly we feel it's gruesome. Why we feel it's gruesome? Because our soul carries that experience from the past. But at the soul level, all experiences are equal. Whether there we don't have good or bad definitions. The
We have to
experiences
feel
are
it. The moment we feel it, one day it struck me so hard. Like we've been saying, okay, there's no good and bad. There's no
yeah.
right and wrong. There's no judgment from the God side or the other side. If you feel it really, right? Just now we have been talking, and these are all connected. Really feel these things. This little concept of that there's no good and bad. This is just experience. Your attachment will drop to it. Your ego will drop from it, and then
And
you will understand it better.
also we are responsible for our life. Right? We create our own reality. Nobody else is doing for us. Nobody is sitting in a seat of judgment somewhere up in the sky and deciding our fate. Well, this guy goes to hell and this guy goes to heaven. No, nothing like that is actually happening. We are ourselves going and sitting in that chair of judgment up there and looking at our own experience. Okay, what did I do? Oh, I missed this point. I need to put it in my next lifetime's checklist. Next lifetime I have to do this. This time I missed it. Right? Like that, we are the only ones, we only make that choice and decision. Next lifetime I have to do a murder. I forgot to do it this lifetime. I couldn't do it. Right? I cut short my life and I didn't murder anybody. Next lifetime I need to do it. This is how we plan up there. We don't think like humans.
Right.
There, our process of thinking and planning is very different from a human mind. We have to understand that. Here, of course, in the body, we are in human body. We think like the human. That's why we have this understanding and feeling, oh wow, what a gruesome thing this was. How can I do it? How can I kill somebody? Oh my goodness, why did this person do like that? This is human perspective of that, right? And karma, so human form is used to create the experience. Yeah. Wow.
Just now you
Yeah.
said, right, our old generation has gone through that war thing, and that so much brutality. So there is no more cutting hands and taking out eyes or tongue kind of punishment is there. So
We are done with it. Yeah.
just already see in your question, Jyotiji, this experience, what changes it brought. We feel that, okay, we are left lonely. I have gone through such an experience. Now nobody is there to help me. No one can help me. Definitely, there's no God that who will appear in front of you and he will tell you. But we are never left alone. We are always guided to have such circles, such company that will take us out from that situation. And it's always there. I had always criticized the free will. And now I understand what's the purpose of free will. And this morning also, I think somewhere somebody talked about free will, where it says, you have the choice, you have that strength, your right to create things. So you choose to come out of it. No one else can help. And the moment we make that choice, the help is there. A beautiful journey starts, and that's what we have experienced in past. If we reflect upon it, we will realize it.
Sheelam ji has a hand raised for a while. Please. Oh, you muted yourself. Unmute.
No, I just wanted to understand the concept because being a gynecologist, many times when the children were sort of born, the full term and they died, or they died young, due to blood cancer or whatever, at the age of 2 years, 3 years, I used to feel really so sad. What karmic account these young souls have done to die? I suffer all this and die. But then spiritually, it was explained to me that they were working on their karmic accounts, but they didn't have enough life to complete it. They needed a little more time. So they took birth and went through it and finished their accounts. And meantime, for the mother, it's a soul contract because they choose the mother. So it was already told to the mother that I'm using you as my media to come and work out my karmic account. Of course, it's all forgotten when she's come. That's why she feels bad that she lost the child. But actually, she helped the child to take over the torture of giving birth to the child to help it finish its karmic account. Is this true? You would say?
Yeah, so karmic account of two people is never connected. It's
No,
individual,
not the
right?
baby's. Baby came to work out its karmic account. It needed a
Yeah, and
media to this world.
right. And
Uses the
so,
mother, not her
yeah,
karmic
and
account.
yeah, mother has her own karmic account.
Yeah, yeah.
In her karmic situation, whatever you may call it, she has
Mm.
also planned an event where she will go through a shock like that, and
Uh,
the consequence of that shock of
mm.
losing a child, that consequence will bring a big shift in her life, right? So
Yeah,
think about it, right? Like anybody who goes through such a traumatic experience,
I know it's
in
terrible.
whichever form
Uh,
it is, right? So
uh,
because of the traumatic experience, what happens to us? Think about it. What happens to us? We wake up. It is like a shaking a baby. We
yeah.
wake up. Oh my God, where was I? I was sleeping. What happened? What happened? What happened? And we wake up. And when we wake up, lot of new things come up in our life, right? For example, for me, I can tell you from my own example that my spiritual journey actually started with the loss of my wife. That's how it started. Earlier, I was in some way, shape, or form, I was doing meditation, doing everything, but the true development of spiritual side of me was not actually happening. It was kind of at the back burner. But when this event happened, it was like a wake up call to me, right? So those events are planned. These are all well planned events, and two souls cooperate with each other, right? And they basically it takes time to find souls who will participate in such events, right? It takes a long time for people in that area where we are planning, life between lives.
Yeah, yeah.
That planning of the events, it takes time, and then you have to match their soul plan and my soul plan. This event is common event, and that common event requires them and me to be aligned,
No,
right? That's
because
how it works.
in my profession, sir,
Also,
what
mhm.
happened? Many of the women, when they, mainly Indians, when they have one miscarriage, they behave as if they have lost a whole pregnancy. The baby might not have been really fully formed and all. So why this had
Hmm.
happened? Why it this thing? Then I used to tell them, see, you should be happy that you have given relief to one soul who wanted to get that partial experience and go. So
Hmm.
you don't keep questioning why, because you
Hmm.
had decided that you will give this experience. So in a way, it consoled them much faster than
Hmm.
to keep giving.
Yes,
There's no other logic to give,
exactly.
because
So the way the karma theory is explained to us in general in our social system, the purpose is to give us some relief from trauma, is some kind of consolation, right? But when we are not in that state of shock, when we are not in that state of stress or anxiety, then it is time for us to see the right perspective to it, right?
That's only,
That's
yeah.
all.
And
See
also
the right
the
perspective.
thing that Sheelamji mentioned, right, that that is on the child side, that he's trying to balance out his previous life karma, and he's not enough life to live. But also many times we cannot generalize here also. Many times it's just their soul plan. They just don't want to be in the body, but with their coming, there's so much will happen in the family, which is very much required in that moment. So sometimes you see there's a pattern in the family that they lose somebody in their life because the lesson is not learned, right? So they come to help us like an angel. They come to help us to grow spiritually in that part. Because anything that repeats in a pattern, you see that there is something that has to be taken care.
Yeah.
We are not focusing on the lesson. We're just focusing the outward thing. And I realized, instead of reading the karma theory, it put us on like a lot of stress. I always enjoy reading the soul stories, like the hypnotherapist stories, where they go and, hypnotize a person and they find the information. That's when we realize, okay, this is the true thing. Okay, this is the true thing. So why there could be many such reason why things are happening, and what does it mean? How my life is planned, what is happening in this life, and how other lifetime is coming. So I enjoy those kind of things, reading to understand the karmic cycle, because the straightforward karma theory is very it's like the term punishment, or that is very hard on understanding, I would say.
And it induces fear.
No,
That's
but
the
I don't.
bad part of the karma theory, right? It induces
Listen,
fear. That's not good.
no, sometimes when the girl is going well on to her school or class, she's gang raped and brutally murdered and all. And they say
Hmm.
it's a soul's plan. I just don't understand. Which
It's
soul will want to have? I mean, you may want to go through, but this sort of torture, I just can't imagine. The
yeah.
grievousness of it is very, very painful. The thought of it itself,
If you
No,
and
look
but
then
see,
towards the lesson learned, you will not
uh,
have this question. And the things
yeah,
that have happened in the society also, like initially, if you remember the school bus color, it was just any color, right?
uh,
And after some time, all of a sudden all the buses are in yellow.
yeah.
Why? Can you just think about it, what happened and what made that change? So those big events that we read in the newspaper, they bring such change in the society.
yes.
But
So that soul that got gang raped, that
uh,
soul had it in the plan because this was a big social change that was necessary for that society.
oh my God.
Awareness was to be created, and for creation of awareness, somebody has to make that experience happen. And these are very courageous, very courageous souls, very experienced souls. These are not small souls.
I swear.
Oh, absolutely. These are souls of very high level, and they take these challenges, and then through their challenges, these um, the aftermath of those events has a big impact on the society. Think about Hitler. Think about Hitler. Everybody hates him, right? Which soul would want to come and do such a role? Hitler would have planned that thing in his soul plan, right? Which soul would want to do it? Think about it. But now, in today's time, now after so many, this is like almost 80 years ago when all this happened. In these 80 years, see what has happened to the world. If there was no Second World War, would we be having this kind of industrialization, this kind of progress of human society? It would not have happened. Think about how much progress we have made in globally just because of that one world war. That is the other side of it, right? So there are two sides to everything. And that event, what he brought to this globe was an experience in the mind of the people, that how can you go into an extreme brutality. That experience, going to extremism of brutality, what can it do? And today, think about it. Today, anybody, when they talk of world war, nobody wants to go there. Nobody wants to go there. Why? Because we remember that Third World War will not happen because of that Second World War's experience. And that industrialization that was caused because of that World War has created the technology that we have today. That is the universe's side of things. This is how universe looks at things. For universe to bring a big change in a system, it has to create these kind of events. So universe is very interested in such things.
We
Right?
easily say expansion in consciousness, right? Evolution we talk about, but evolution cannot happen in a good direction all the time until unless there is a need to improve, or there is a need to, that scarcity or whatever. It is our own perception that we see fear out of any situation. Like if you talk about Hitler and all that time, somebody will just hate him without any understanding of the whole concept, or be in fear, right? So there's a part of our own um, understanding of things, what we receive from it. We can be in the fear, hatred all the time, or we can understand, okay, what change it brought, the bigger picture of it, Karan and Mahakaran, right? So that bigger picture of it, how it helped us. Like many people also, like in another example is India have been slave for so many years, but what change happened after that? The same example, COVID did so much, but what change happened after that? See, this is what is the real example of evolution of consciousness, and without any judgment of good and bad.
We all would remember, right? When COVID came, how much we were all crying and saying, "What the hell? I can't go out. Why is this happening? What is this? So many people are dying." We were all cursing, 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 cursing all the time. But today, nobody wants to go to the office and work. They say, "I want to work from home." This is the change. It's a big social change. You can get everything online today just because of that thing. All services are now available to you at home. That's how changes come. So these big events are planned like that only. They are part of the creation. They are part of evolution, right? Evolution is never easy. Evolution is never easy.
Change, big change, right? Evolution is
Yes.
fast change.
Yeah.
There's a revolution, there's an evolution.
I also feel that these big things like events like COVID or anything, it happens, it happens because as individuals also we are living in fear all the time, and then it takes like the event like this to drop down and tell us that you are living in fear, come out of it. So that's where we need to be more aware as an individual where our thoughts are and what are we thinking, despite of the soul plan, despite of whatever is written. Where am I? Whatever is written, where am I? So I think that check we need to have all the time, because
Yes.
this the experience of a baby being born, I have been through that experience. I was almost going to lose my son when he was born, but it opened new doors for me. I was obviously questioning the event, that why did it happen to me? I didn't do anything wrong. That's how, you are like, I have not done anything wrong to anybody. Why would this happen to me? But you are not in that state. You are not looking for reasons, actually. You are just looking for love and comfort at that state. You're not looking for someone to come and tell you that this was your karma or this is what the baby was. So you will not be ever satisfied with those reasons. You will always,
Yes.
not really feel it. So it's only when I chose to see what this kid is bringing to me, that joy, that happiness. Oh my God, everybody has got together because of that child. Everybody from all the places have come to care. I chose to see those things. Then things started changing. Then I started, wow, this event is so wonderful. I mean, why should I even blame? So that's where our focus needs to be at the right place. And then
Exactly.
all the karmic accounts are already taken care of. We don't have to really do anything to, choose and pick and choose that, oh, this is good karma, this is bad karma. That we don't have to do it. It's
Now I
taken care of.
realize why this topic
Yeah.
came today, because
Yeah.
there are perceptions in our mind, that belief system hidden, that if something wrong happens to a person, it is his bad karma, and then might be that person's that judgment in our mind is like he's not a good person, kind of thing. We may not know consciously, but inside us, that's how we see the world. And like I was just thinking, why in forgiveness all these things coming, and then I realized that there is a mindset, different mindset of people, and they see their world, and sometimes they feel really bad about that person if someone is going in bad situation, by judging them with karma of their misunderstood concept of karma.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
One,
that is
I
very
mean,
true, very true. Because,
our tendency.
yes, it's just out of habit we do that. And now that we have
Yes.
learned about karma, okay, I'll say that to this person. So,
No, that
but that is not necessarily, I mean,
no,
out of help only we do it, like out of good intention we tell.
no,
But
Nehaji,
that's
when
not,
everything
yes,
goes well,
yes.
you're
Mm,
when you're really God bless that your son survived. But what I'm
mm,
saying that everything is forgotten and you are happy that things happened and it won. Now
mm,
what I was telling as a point of gynecologist, after when they come for follow-up, it is bothering them why they had to
yes,
go. So unless their mind is put at rest to feel that this was a
yes,
part
absolutely.
there
Yeah.
is it is because you also find no logic why the child had to come full term normal pregnancy. She went to the hospital, they checked in labor room, she was fine, they said no, you're not at labor, moved her out. Suddenly she had abrupt show, and by the time they checked, the baby heart was gone. Now if it was
Mm,
negligence from her side to lose a baby being in the hospital at full term, what
mm.
else reason tell me to go to, I didn't know. I asked her, how is your baby? She says, doctor, you don't you know I lost it? I said, why? Everything was normal. She says, no, this what happened. So many of these small episodes when I you come as a
Yes,
doctor, you
no, it is true. I
yourself,
know. As
you
a
know.
doctor, I mean, you have a big responsibility out there. I
No,
mean,
like
I
my
can't even,
cousin died. She was a
yeah.
doctor. Died
Mm,
shortly after marriage. And today also her death is a mystery. And still the mother was dying to know why, how did she die? Now, we may say, what is she going to gain by knowing? But a mother's heart just wants to justify that the child didn't suffer much and this was why it happened. Because still she's alive. She wouldn't want to see her child pass away at the age of 28, So that's
yeah,
what I'm
I
saying.
understand that. Yes, of course. I mean, I have been through, I mean, my child survived, but it was a very difficult circumstance. It was very
I know,
difficult.
I
So,
can
and you would know that. Yeah.
it is
So
not
to
easy. That moment I
see
can,
that small child,
I know.
going through much pain, I mean, as a doctor,
Not only as a pain for you as a mother,
yeah,
seeing the chaos,
yeah.
seeing all that after you have gone through,
Yes,
it is
yes.
it's
Af,
difficult.
af,
And you don't know
yes,
what
it
the
is.
outcome will be also. Maybe child become ischemic, can have some brain damage. So many possibilities.
Yes,
So
yes.
this is a big
But that's the thing. I mean, that moment we are actually not receptive to anything. That moment
I
when it
know.
happens, So
I
even
know.
if, however comforting things are coming, we are not receptive. We are in
I
state of
know.
shock, and we
Talk
have to take time to process that within ourselves, And then
plus
we
that's
question that why did it happen to me?
exactly.
Why did God choose me? These kind of questions come. So it,
Mm.
it takes a while to get out of that emotion. And that's why we need to give time for anything to process, Yeah. So, and that time, that karma theory,
Mm.
maybe it
Is
may
not.
help some people. Yeah. But it didn't apply to me because I was
What is
like,
more relevant?
yeah.
What is more relevant is
Mm,
understanding that I am the creator of my reality.
yes. And I
Then that
understood
question,
this.
that
Yes.
question, why me, will go away.
Mm.
I am the
Yes.
creator. You have created that reality in your life.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay. So now go figure out why did you create it. Instead of constantly cribbing about it, why me, why me, why me. Instead of that, go and look within. Well, okay, this event is forcing you to look within. Now go and find out, why did you invite this event in your life? That people don't want to do. Nobody wants to confront. That's the problem. We want to escape. This is the important thing we are learning here. What Babaji is saying, you are responsible. You create through your thoughts. You are creator of everything in your life. So we have to take ownership of events in our life. Every event, big or small, I am responsible for it. I am the creator. Through some thought of mine, I would have created. Now I got to go figure out. When things happen, then you have to go and figure out, well, okay, what could have, which of my thoughts made me do such and such thing. Okay, so Shalini ji also had this question. You say God can bring changes in a blink, but not even a blink. Then why some souls have to come into bodies and go through these challenges to bring a change? Let me ask you, Shalini ji, one question. If Shailesh keeps telling you about things, will it bring a change in you? If God keeps doing things, will we learn anything? We don't. We learn only through our experiences. Very important. Nobody learns from anybody's saying. I can keep telling you 100 things. You will still not accept it. You will accept it only when your experience confirms what Shailesh is telling you. And that's the way to learn. So all these people who have to go through those challenges are the people who have to actually learn. God could have done so many things, yes. But why did God not do it? Because God is allowing us to go through the experience in our own unique way, not His defined rules. He has given us the free will also. Go, do what you want to do, and learn by yourself. And each one of us is so unique that we are finding our own way of learning. All of us, we are so different from each other. So, without going through the experiences, we will not learn. I can keep saying anything. For thousands of years, Buddha came and said so many things. Krishna came and said so many. So many people come and say so many things. Who is learning? Nobody is learning.
That's why
We
Babaji
have
has brought us to this point where we understand the creation and we understand who we are. Okay, so that creation, creator and co-creator, that ability. So that's what, like, this chapter is also leading us to our next level, where we see that how things are happening in this world and how what God created and how the other things got created, because we were given that provision or that capability to do things, right? So if you see, you're made in the image of God and you have the ability to create like God, and it's Him only in us, acting through us, right? So the change has to be brought by us. Each one of us here sitting, each one of us will have our own realization of that unique qualities of, unique way of expressing God qualities in us. Each one of our life will express the unique way of expressing God qualities in us, although the God qualities are same, but the way He will, or anybody here sitting here will express, will be unique. And how we express? By doing our own creation, by doing things in this society. We are not here. So next whole 7 week we will spend understanding how to co-create, how to do things in a different way. So For ages, we have been asking for the same thing. Okay, God will come one day and he will sweep away all the dust that we have, all the gunk that we have put on the road or we have created. And it has never happened and will never happen. And that Krishna's one line that yada jab jab dharti par that thing, that line is there, right? That um, uh, जब जब अधर्म फैलेगा तब तब मैं आऊंगा, ये that has sinked so deep that we don't want to take that responsibility. We just want to do things. अपने घर से कचरा निकाल के सड़क पर फेंक दिया. We are not able to see what happens after that. So our awareness will go there. So that is what Shailesh is saying, that many masters came and they said everything, many things have been said, but nothing has changed. Gita is in our own country, everything, Ramayana, Vedas, everything is there in our own country. Then why people are like this? Why didn't make change? So here come to this point of unified, where we understand the creation and the creator and who we are. It puts us in the right place to do things, to even ask right questions. I mean, these questions, like, I think very old question, even like in my childhood, I had heard these things. Even we still have that saying, without God's will, ek patta bhi nahi hilne wala. But that God's will is my will, that nothing will move until unless I start putting my energy there. Because God did his part by creating everything. Now you are the sustainer. You go experience, change, create anything. And then every creation, we say that touching ad, you might have remembered, that mother is cooking a roti in the wooden fire, and she's burning her hand just by touching the roti in the fire. Then the son came, see, and he feels so bad, and that pain he feels, and he goes to the jungle and he makes some kind of chimta with something, and he gives her a chimta. So that's how every creation happens. With that pain and that love, that compassion, God qualities, every creation happens. Now start
Exactly.
looking with that eye, everything around you, and you will find how the telephone, phone, any evolution, you wish it and it's there. Anything, any small little thing.
Think of Ramayana. Think of Ramayana. Everybody knows the story of Ramayana, I hope, right? Imagine if there was no Ravana in Ramayana. Would you even talk about it at all? Nobody would be doing Ram Leela at all. Nowhere, nowhere. No, that story will become totally uninteresting for anybody. Just that
I
one
also,
character.
yes, correct. Yeah. And I
Just
also
that
feel
one
that
character.
for the story of Buddha also. Like,
Mhm.
why is that story interesting? Because he was a king and he
Ah,
indulged in all the things and then he left
exactly.
home. If we just tell
Yes.
this part of the story, it won't be complete. So that's how our stories are. I mean, we are just created
Exactly.
an experience and we are sticking to that experience. We are not ready to move to the next experience, to the next side of the experience.
Yeah. Without a contrast, we are unable to visualize the goodness. That's what I'm trying to communicate, right? If Ravana was not there, everything would have been beautiful. Rama Rajya everywhere. So what's there to see? What's interesting, right? When the contrast is created, we are able to appreciate the beauty. Wow, Rama Rajya was so good, right? That is what I'm talking about. We are living in duality. In duality, the bad is very important. Without the bad, we cannot even feel good. Accept this one as soon as you can.
Eventually, we realized that nothing was bad and nothing was good. It was just
That
complete.
that is the Shailesh state. That's a different one. You have to get to the heart. Till you are in the mind, you have to.
Yeah, that's true.
No, so like what I said earlier also, that next 7 weeks we will understand the creation much more, and then these questions of karma or why Babaji has not talked about it here, it will be very clear to us why it's not important, and how in the same life we can, whatever we have learned for so many years can be changed, and we become the in charge. We have the responsibility. We start making change from our side, very
Okay.
bit by bit, very simple, small thing. Everything will come in notice, like the shirt and pen, right? What Vijaji said, that's love. That is where our awareness will go, and then understand where the all of our experience is going in that universal consciousness, where everything is now storing more of loving experiences, and that is what we will be receiving ultimately. So the more diligently we work on these exercises, we are evolving not just ourselves, but by just doing this much, the whole consciousness is evolving. If you want to go in a good path, this is a good path, easy path, happy path.
And just think about it. In this whole discussion we have had today, we all our examples are about something painful. Did you notice? Anyone, did you, all of you notice? All our examples are about something negative, something painful, because we learn from there only.
And I feel
Just
sometimes
think, yeah, this whole
difficult to
discussion,
shift, delete,
we are
right?
talking about pain only. We are talking about pain and stress and suffering and
Yeah.
all that. That's how we learn. That's the
And
process.
all, the judgment and the dissatisfaction or disliking, that can only teach us about, the other side of it. So that is also necessary. You should not start, oh no, I had a very judgmental thought. You had it, but now you can choose to think the other side of it. I would like to think it that way, because today a call came, and a family member, he was talking, and then he was thinking, maybe you should not do things this way. And immediately I had this thought, why is this person telling me this? Who is he to tell me that? Why not? I mean, why not? And the second thought was, why not? Let him say whatever he wants. Ultimately, it's my free will, my decision to act upon it. So if that thought comes, that anger comes, it's okay. It's okay. It's just making this whole thing more complete. I mean, you should not start going into some kind of guilt mode that, oh no, I'm angry. I'm judgmental. I don't see it that way. It is coming to show you the other side. So be grateful for those little things that come during the day.
I realized very soon, that I had a lot of complaints, and it was not unjustified, I would say. But then what to do with that? Because I'm not able to do anything with it. I realized that I have the power. Every complaint can be turned into a creation, at least in your mind. And that is the basic thing we all can do at the beginning. Putting that thought, once we understand that every thought creates our reality, it is a creation. Everything that we create, it starts with a thought. And that is where our energy must go. If you really feel it's a justified complaint, just create something. If what we can do at this point to overcome this situation, how I can let go of this complaint, because I don't want to keep anything that is stopping my love flow, and complaint will not let me flow in love. So what can I do in that state? Just have a creation in your mind. So every creation starts with complaint or lack, and then it starts in our mind, and that thought goes directly in that universal consciousness. Somebody will catch up. One very little example here I would like to share, that periodic table, right? It's so difficult to learn, and we all have gone through that challenge. So these days, my son came one day, and he's like in grade third, I think or second, he said, there's a rhyme or a poem on periodic table. And it was so much fun and interesting. Like instantly that word came from my mind, that I wish such thing was there in my childhood. So that wish was there that this complicated thing must be easy. And because with song, it's so easy to remember. It's a very interesting, beautiful song, and everybody's humming. So the easy it is, and it didn't happen in that moment. It got created the moment I complained and that something should make it easier. I didn't know what's that something. I didn't know how to create, but that thing went in that question bank, and then things got manifested. So that's the part of creation, evolution with our own little thought we put in. Nothing goes in vain. We are so precious. All that we do is counted.
Now I understand how Maggie got created.
2 minutes. The demand was only 2 minutes.
Excellent.
We are having deep truths revealed about life. That's how Maggie got created.
It's very good. Thank you. Thank you for these deep discussions. Yeah. But
And
yeah,
the good
today,
thing
of
that we
course,
didn't
yeah.
leave the front of Unified. We ended there by having all life questions. It's not from this lifetime, it's coming from many lifetimes. We have kept in our mind, which was not answered properly or not understood through experience. And then
But
Babaji is
at the
saying that
same,
understand the creation.
yes, and also pay attention to the way this book is explaining those difficult things in easy way. And don't uh, just go by what we are telling you about it. Investigate each one of these ideas that is being proposed in the book in your own mind also, right? Shailesh is explaining that idea in his way. That is Shailesh's thinking, right? Or Preeti is explaining in the way she has understood it, right? But you also will be able to understand it in your own way if you dig deeper. So my request to all of you is that this is the purpose of reading that chapter every day slowly, line by line, because deeper concepts are there, but your own unique understanding of each of those concepts is important for you, right? So please mm, invest in yourself through a good study of these chapters. That is an investment for into your future. That's what I would want to suggest to you. I keep on telling you my thoughts because those thoughts are my knowledge from my experiences of life, right? They may not sort of resonate with you. You will have your, because you have a different life, you are unique, you are special, you have your own experiences of life, and from that perspective these may not resonate. So you will need to find your own understanding. This is the purpose of this whole book, is to unite you or unify you with your own knowledge bank, the higher self, your own source of wisdom, your higher self. That is the purpose. Connect you with your own wisdom. And from there, you get your own tailor made special solutions.
With the experience of that unconditional love, with that joy that only we feel. I mean, that's the only difference I realized. And then it is very easy to give up on all those that we have been holding for so long, all those old concepts and everything. I just made a note to, if you have any question, just understand the creation, you will have the answer. I wanted to make this note. But that's what Babaji is trying to tell us. We all of us have that connection to our higher self, and we can find. At least we should try. Should not give up. Okay, I can't do that. In one of this chapters, we will learn to channel, to connect with Master and write. So in my initial journey of meditation, I was like amazed to see how people can do that. How is it possible, right? And here easily Babaji is telling how to do that. Even talking with plants and all that we call non-living crystal and trees, anything. And like one day I started talking with everything, like the doors, the windows, even everything started talking like it's my part of me. It's not separate. These experience will change us completely, not by listening to Gita, understanding 100,000 of pravachan, right? It when it comes in experience and that trust in that our higher self, we start recognizing, okay, here you are guiding me, here you are coming and talking to me. Everything changes.
Kumarji wants to ask something, say something. Yes, you can unmute.
Namaskar, all master. So I would like to add our questions or my thought. It's been few days. I mean, since we started the class and throwing out to the all master, both of you, Preeti ji and since we in unify this course, Babaji gave us these things, opportunity, fortunate to be here. Earlier mentioned about the Buddha. If the Buddha was not a king, if Buddha was a beggar, is the message as he experience his thing is could be different. So same way, this one given by Babaji, if they let's give out from these messages, this unified book coming out from Preeti ji and Shailesh ji. Let's mention the not mention about Babaji. If the message is different, in the beginning might be it's a little bit not accepting easy enough, but the message is message. It's sugar is sugar. Whatever put in the coffee, tea, it's about the message. It's about the content. That's how I feel. And maybe other people, all master has different opinion. This is the fortunate we have from the coming up to Babaji, but any individual coming the exactly same thing could be accepting in the beginning and allow us to be in the deep into the ocean to get the knowledge. It would be a little bit slower, but this is the this is the amazing knowledge wherever it's come from. It's fortunate to be Baba. That's I was want to share. I mean, feeling. I always think about Buddha's message. Why Buddha? Why Mahabir? Only princess. If this guy is a regular guy or regular farmer, anyone, their experience, their knowledge, and finding there would be it's valuable, right? But fortunately, they are prince. They'll sacrifice their, in regular community, it's above and beyond. They left us, experience, their family, maybe more reliable to maybe accepting in the beginning, but they're finding, I felt, it's no lesser any human being. I mean, we were, go through this experience, sharing to the community. And both of
Yes.
you, Sailesh and Preeti, even the book was there, right? You guys, if not this initiated, if not Patraji initiated, the book is there. Knowledge is still there. I mean, so it's all the master who participated in discussion and sharing thought and try to understand how this thing happening, all equally important. I mean, it's very appreciated. Fortunate to be here. Thank you so much, master. I just share the thought, just being coming in. This knowledge is there, how you get it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just
Thank you. Thank you, Kumarji. Preeti, is there something you want to read from the chat?
It's a very big question. Richaji, who is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, would you like to ask the question or express talk?
The big question here, actually.
Yeah, that's why I said better you ask. I'm trying to answer. I don't think she's here anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not there. We'll take it in next session. It's a big question, so keep your question next time. I already answered in the chat. We can talk some next day. Anyhow, we are going to continue the week of forgiveness to the next week. So we will have enough time to understand, and everything is connected, although we are talking about karma and all that. But deep within everybody, take this opportunity to do the homework. Do we judge people with their situation? A beggar is a beggar because he has done something bad in his past life, or a rapist is bad because he has done something, somebody who is being raped is have done something in their past life. So that kind of thinking, do we have that kind of belief system? So just keep an eye, check yourself, and it will leave you in a better place where the love flow easily. With somebody said that I met some person, I didn't know him, he was unknown, but I couldn't feel love anymore after seeing that person. So definitely something is there from that past life. And what kind of judgment we are getting, what kind of thoughts we are getting is helping us to release from us. Ultimately, just realize that this whole creation is in balance of energy exchange. There's a intake and outtake, and whatever there is God quality is the nature's quality, and whatever we create in terms of suffering, pain, that injustice, complaints, hatred, anything that is not in that list of God qualities, these are the extra energy that we keep storing in ourselves, in body, and then in the whole consciousness when this body is filled with such experiences. And then this is how the creation propagates things out of our body. It goes in the society, and everything it is affected. It's a deep concept to talk about, understand, but we all can understand by just paying little attention to my one little thought. And I want to release all those, not that God quality from me. If that willingness is there, then that love pulsation that we are feeling all the time, and when it is not there, we would come to know what that thought came that took away all that thing.
Keep an open mind as well, right? Keeping an open mind, because this is a shift from our familiar paradigm. We are shifting, and that shift in the paradigm can happen only if we have an open mind. Be open, be curious. Okay, let me see, let me understand, and drop the bias, right? That's very important. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll get together tomorrow again and enjoy this discussion once more.
Thank you so much, Nehaji and Shailesh
you,
and
Nehaji.
every master here, because
Yeah.
we are again contributing to the universal consciousness when we are releasing so much of fear, doubts, and coming at ease, maybe not at once, but by opening to it, we will realize the